Good evening, 2025. Hi, ladies. How is everyone? We're going live tonight. I know it is the first of the year. I know it's technically a holiday, but I did not do the live last Wednesday, which was Christmas. So I said, let's start off this year with a bang. So I'm usually wait a few minutes for everyone to get on. I'm just going to jump on. If you're joining me for the first time, say hi. Let me know where you're from. We have a lot of new people joining from California, from Texas, from New Mexico, from all different states, some from Florida. So as I see you come on, just say hi. Let me know where you're from. I'm going to put this in, say hi. And hey, Tiffany, are you from? Um, Tiffany and I, we're going to have a call tomorrow. I get to meet Tiffany. I'm excited for it. Hey, Kelly Lynn, I know where you're from. Kelly Lynn is a master DJ in the Tampa area. Go see her. She DJs at the casino, the Hard Rock Casino. Kelly, she's tired. She did a gig last night in Florida. Kelly, if for anyone that's in Florida, because I have a lot of people that are cleaning business owners in Florida, name your gigs. Give me the gigs. I saw you pushing them. So there's a lot of people in Tampa and Cape Coral and stuff like that. So throw us out some gigs. Throw us out some gigs. Because she's awesome. And she plays some of my music too, which is cool. Tiffany, I know I'm glad you're here. And we're gonna meet for the first time on Zoom tomorrow. So usually wait like another minute. I wasn't sure what kind of audience I was gonna get tonight because it's New Year's Day. We had 18 people register. Some people watch this from a replay, and some people come on a little bit late. I don't know who's working either. So, like, my company's not working, but some people actually choose to work and go out and clean houses. So, it's interesting to who's going to show up. So, let's see. Hard Rock Gasparilla. If you, any of you from Florida, if you're watching this on replay or live, follow Kelly Lynn. She's an amazing DJ down in the Tampa area. Leah Elizabeth, who's from Trinity, go see her. Take Jason if you're watching this, Leah. Go see Kelly. All right, tonight we're going to be talking about your employees, right, and why they keep quitting on you. A lot of people have problems with that. I'm just going to do my quick intro for those of you that are just jumping on for the first time, don't know me, just joined the group. My name is Cheryl Hasher. I founded this channel called Sisters Who Scale. I help cleaning business owners learn how to hire their dream teams, master the art of selling, and learn how to execute in your business. I have my own cleaning company. I'm still active in it. It's called Maid. I'm in the Boston area up here in Massachusetts. You can check it out online, maidbright.cleaning. I no longer clean. I haven't for a while, but I still am an active owner. I still run the business. I took it from zero. I started with a mop and a caddy. I tell everyone this story because I started just like all of you. It's over 700,000 in income. It's growing a year. And we did it in about 5 years. The best part is I did it working about 20 hours a week. Not in the beginning. I worked more in the beginning. I'm not going to lie to you. I worked more in the beginning, but I don't now. It's a well-oiled machine. It runs pretty good. How did I do that? I tell everyone actionable steps, leverage systems, and focused execution. You're going to hear me talk about that phrase, focused execution, a lot. And so, what do I do as running this page as a coach? I teach you how to do the same things I do, and I still do in my own business, depending on where you're at in your own business and what your goals are. Everyone has different goals. Some people want to go to 1 million, 2 million. Some people just want to have a $250,000 business, make it easy. Totally, entirely up to you because it's your business. So, the biggest the biggest piece is always hiring. It's the most difficult piece of the puzzle of scaling and running a cleaning business. Everyone wants to know how to hire correctly, and it's truly an art, right? It's a skill of patience, it's a skill of people, it's a skill of sales. And not everyone that owns a cleaning business has those skills developed when they start the business, and that's where the trouble comes in. And that's where I come in, because I've been in your shoes. I've made very bad decisions about people hiring, I've made very good decisions. I know what works, I know what doesn't work, and I give my clients, the people I work with, the same formulas that I do, and you get to skip all the mistakes and all the pitfalls if you did it yourself. And it's exhausting, right? Managing people sometimes can be exhausting. It can be frustrated because you feel like sometimes your employees are walking out the door faster than you can clean that kitchen, right? And sometimes they are. So today we're going to dive deep into the real reasons why your team keeps quitting on you. I promise you, most of these reasons, and you're not going to want to hear this, start with looking in the mirror. Yeah, that means we're going to talk about what you might be doing that's causing them to quit. Not intentionally, right? Grab a pen, piece of paper. I'm just going to get into it. So, let's talk about the devastating impact of constant employee turnover beyond frustration, right? When your staff keeps quitting, you're losing more than just workers, okay? Number one, you're losing money. You have to cancel clients, which you then lose revenue, right? And if you cancel clients too much, your clients will eventually cancel you, right? Altogether. And that sucks. We've all been there. Show of hands here. How many people have lost clients due to employees for whatever reason? May it be quality, maybe not showing up, maybe not having enough employees. Who has lost clients due to employees? And I'm going to check in a little bit when I see some answers coming up. Number two, you lose momentum, right? Then, as a result of losing those clients and losing staff, you start to lose momentum. Or even the drive, right? You start to lose your drive to grow. And then this starts the downward spiral where you start to feel sorry for yourself and you do the poor me dance and you start to look at other options. What other side hustles can I do? Can I sell Mary Kay? Can I do something else to bring in extra money? But that's just distracting you from the main goal, right? I've been there. I've done that at at everyone at one point in time that's running a successful cleaning business has often thought about quitting. Like that's very normal. It's a very normal thing, right? What else do you lose? You lose your sanity until you figure out how to control that whole thing, right? In the meantime, you feel like you're going crazy. Your clients are complaining. You're getting cancellations. You're getting stressed from feeling like you're doing it all, right? It's awful. I know. I've been there. I know exactly what that feels like. So imagine spending hours recruiting, training, investing in someone, employees, only to have them disappear in weeks, right? That's not just a staffing problem. That is a business killing nightmare. You're working harder. You think they're going to stay. You take on more jobs. You're burning yourself out. You're having to clean more, right? I've talked to people that have stayed up and cleaned until 1 a.m. in the morning, right? You're working harder, and it just, you feel like you're watching your dreams of successful cleaning, your successful cleaning empire slipping away. And I know what that feels like. It stinks, right? It's no fun. So let's look at some real examples. Okay, what could cause that? Okay, this is very important. A toxic work environment. I see it all the time. So you all have to remember that I talk to hundreds of cleaning business owners a year. Hundreds. And I'm telling you that I see this, okay? Even though they may not see it, I see it in certain businesses. Not all businesses, but certain ones I do. So toxic work environment. It's what is that? That can manifest in subtle ways that you may not even realize. You know, when I start doing a live and then people start messaging me, asking me questions, it's crazy. It says beeping at 5. It never fails, right? So, anyways, getting back to the toxic work environment. I'm not saying you could be doing this, but you could be, and you may not even be realizing it, right? Constantly criticizing employees in front of others. That doesn't feel too good. Using a demeaning tone when giving feedback, you may not even know that you're doing that. I've seen that, right? And we've figured out that it was actually the owner of the business being demeaning and not even realizing it. Creating an atmosphere of constant stress and high tension. If you let your feelings out in front of your employees, they're going to feed off of that energy, whether it's positive or whether it's negative. Talking negatively about other employees behind their backs to other employees. This is a big no. Do not do this. Please do not do this. I don't care if you think that this person that's working for you is your best friend. Do not do this ever, because that's going to show them that you talk about other employees. So they're just going to wonder, oh, I wonder if they're talking about me behind my back to someone else, right? To someone else in the company, right? Not cool. Refusing to address conflicts in the workplace, right? Drama that goes on. If you do not address something, your staff is going to see that you don't know how to fix problems, and then it gets worse, right? It shows other employees that when they do something wrong, you don't do anything about it. And so then they think that they can do whatever they want to do, right? I was talking to Libby, who is she's a drop them off graduate, and she's also in the Sisters Elite, which is the accelerated program after the drop them off. And she has one of her team leads that keeps showing up late, keeps showing up 30 to 45 minutes late for a shift, right? So what's happening? She said something, she's fallen on deaf ears, she's got to get a little bit more stern. But what's happening is the other employees are seeing this activity, and then they're imitating it. They're like, well, if the team lead can be late, I can be late too. You have to nip it in the bud, right? You have to, right? Making employees feel like they're constantly under a microscope, micromanaging them, right? A bad idea. And it's so difficult to not micromanage them because you want the houses to become perfect, right? But you have to learn to let go of the control, to train them well and let go of the control, okay? Totally. Another thing that I see CEOs of cleaning companies do: inconsistent communication. So this is a silent killer of your employee morale, right? It's gonna kill it, right? What would be some examples of this? Changing the job expectations without clear explanation, giving vague or conflicting instructions, so it's confusing to what you're saying, not providing clear guidelines on what is expected in their job performance, leaving employees guessing about how they're doing, about performance reviews, things like that, not doing them all together. You have to do them. You should be doing a 1 month, a 3 month, a 6 month, and a year. Sometimes you can let that 6 month go, but you got to do a 1, a 3, and a 12 month. Leaving employees, leaving employees, we already talked about that one. So, avoiding direct conversations about job expectations, right? And not providing clear feedback on how they're doing and how they're growing within your company. Is this all making sense? I'm going to check in. Amanda Alfie, how are you? Hi, Alba, Dallas, Texas. Andrea. Oh, I'm so excited. More people came on than I thought in New Year's Eve. Kelly, my rock star. Speaking of Kelly Jenkins is going to be, I don't know if all of you have seen this, but I am launching, or I'm weaving in a podcast to the lives. The podcast is called Maids Who Made It, and it's going to be all about real stories from real maids that have made it in the cleaning industry. Kelly is going to be the first person that's going to come on the podcast, which is sometime in January, and she's going to tell her story about why she started her cleaning business, how she started her cleaning business, and how kick-ass she's doing this, right? I can't wait. So more on that. It's going to be on the page. It's probably going to be streamed to my YouTube channel, but you guys will have plenty of notice and everything. And there's going to be one once a month, an interview with someone either in the industry or a real cleaning business owner that's growing their business, that's going through the same things you do. So more on that later. I know, I'm really excited. I was working on the questions today, Kelly. I've been silent since I got back from vacation, but I've been working on the questions. So it's gonna be pretty sweet. All right. Anyways, let's get back to this. So, what else could be happening? Give me some real examples. You're not paying them enough. Poor compensation. That's more than just an hourly rate. Paying minimum wage in a demanding physical job, you have to pay them enough. You can't pay them too much, and you can't pay them too little. And that's where I come in. I kind of look at where you are, what state you're in, because every state is different. Massachusetts is going to pay different than California and Texas and Arkansas or whatever, right? That's all kind of dependent on your surrounding areas. Not offering competitive rates compared to local companies, okay? Failure to provide raises or performance bonuses. Some people don't know how to do that. No compensation for additional responsibilities. If you're giving them a different position in the company, a team lead, a trainer, there needs to be an increase in pay, okay, across the board. Um, Not reimbursing for job related experiences like cleaning supplies or mileage, right? You have to pay them for mileage if they're driving their own cars. If they're driving company cars, you don't have to pay them for mileage because it's your car. Inconsistent pay schedules. Sometimes they get paid on Thursdays, sometimes they get paid on Fridays. Employees need structure. They want to get paid on the same day every single week or every other week, whatever you do. Lack of recognition. Okay, employees need to feel valued. Never saying thank you or acknowledging hard work is going to be a problem. Focusing only on mistakes. Some people feel like all you're doing is criticizing them. You have to be a little bit of a cheerleader. So you have to kind of fall in the middle. You can't be too much of a cheerleader. You can't be too little of a cheerleader. You got to be like kind of right in the middle. So they don't think that they can take advantage of you, right? Not showing your employees appreciation, doing appreciation events or gestures or a Dunkin' Donuts card or a Starbucks card or a lunch or something like that, right? Failing to celebrate team milestones like maybe birthdays or different things like that. We just celebrated one of my team leaders and trainers just had another child a couple of weeks ago, and I we put it all on Facebook because we love her. Right, she's awesome. She just had another little girl, and we celebrate that together. Right, and she's been with us 3 years now, and she's awesome. She's amazing. She trains people. She's mellow. She's a great cleaner, great employee. She's just a good person. And so right now she's on maternity leave. So we do things like that. Okay. Here's another thing, and sometimes we all can't control this unpredictable scheduling, right? Scheduling. I am working, I'm not working. We had clients cancel at the last minute. Well, you can't let clients cancel at the last minute. That's another topic for another day and time. And right now in my business, the last few days, because you see fluctuations, right? January, February. I've had a few people that have had to take pauses on cleaning. And I have to tell you that I have a 30-day cancellation policy in place. So a few people that forgot they signed the agreement, got the notifications for next week, and they said, "Oh, we need to take a pause. Oh, my mother-in-law is moving in. Oh, money's tight. Oh, I lost a job." Whatever the deal is, right? I don't care. So I have rules in place to protect the schedule, to protect my employees' paychecks. So you can't have a cleaning coming up next week and just decide you're going to pull the plug. Not happening. You're either going to pay for the appointment or you're going to do the cleaning. So I have to gently remind them that they have a 30-day cancellation policy. And I let them do that. So that allows me to go out and get another client to fill the spot, right? It's not harsh. It's business. It's business. And I teach a lot of this in the Drop Them Off class when you're setting up all of your systems and stuff like that. So you really want to acknowledge if they go the extra way, your employees, you really want to acknowledge that, right? If they go above and beyond, recognize that, do something nice for them, okay? But the unpredictable scheduling is can be difficult, right? So that's why you want to have systems in place to minimize this as much as possible. They want to feel like they get a steady paycheck, and that's a big reason why people will leave, is that they don't feel like they're getting a steady paycheck. They're not getting enough hours. They were misled saying that they were going to get 25, 35 hours and you're only giving them 15. It's a big deal, right? That it happens. So you have to communicate. You have to communicate really well, and no one can afford to have an unsteady paycheck in this economy. So this is very important, right? No one wants inconsistent hours. Okay, no one wants to be called up last minute. Hey, can you work today? They want to have it set in stone. They want to have it in a nice scheduling app. They want to be sent their schedule for the week and know that it's, even though there may be fluctuations here or there, little ones, for the most part, it's solid It's steady, right? No growth path. Employees want a future. Employees don't want a job hop. And nobody wants a job hop. They want to find a place they can stay for a while, right? So you want to provide an opportunity for advancement. Team leader, team trainer, office manager. We just created another position where we have one of our staff doing all the laundry. We do laundry in house now. We never always did it in the house, but we do it now. We have a washer and dryer. That's so much easier than going to a laundromat. And we have someone that's in charge of that. She washes, dries, folds, fills the counts. That's another little, position that she can add extra hours onto her paycheck, right? And I don't have to do it. Perfect. So things like that. So each of these areas kind of represents like a potential minefield for losing good employees. So who has experienced losing employees like this? Put a comment in there because I want to see why people are losing employees. All right, who's losing employees? I will wait. Let me see. Who is losing employees and why? Give me your reason. Let me know where you're from. Just say hi. Just say hi, Amanda Alfrey from Michigan. Who's losing employees and why do you think you're losing them? Right? That's usually what I do, in the drop them off class, or if I work with you privately, we kind of pinpoint exactly why we think you're losing them. So let me know. Let me know. I'm going to keep going. So what can we do to fix these issues? What can we do to fix some of these inconsistencies? So for one of the biggest things is to create a positive culture. Treating your team like professionals, right? Let me give you some concrete examples of this. Weekly 15-minute team huddles where everyone shares maybe a cleaning challenge they overcame, maybe they answered the wrong question, one thing they're proud of this week, right? Get a board, put it in the office if you have an office. What are you proud of this week, right? One area where they need help, where they need support. See, employees won't tell you where they need help or where they may be struggling. So you kind of got to pull it out of them. You got to ask them, what's one area where you think you need help or where you have a question for or you're uncertain about something. They will feel so much better if you communicate that with them. So another thing you can do when you start to have more than a couple employees is you can create a private group chat or a WhatsApp channel, which is free, or Slack, which is also free. The intro, you know, intro package or whatever you call it is free. A group where everyone can kind of talk to each other, right? Okay. You can host quarterly lunches or appreciation events. We do a beach party, we do a Christmas party, we do pizza on Fridays. Sometimes we do all different types of things like that. We do bagels in the morning. They like fancy coffee creamers. You guys all know I'm a coffee junkie. So I went to the store yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah. I went to the store yesterday and I get, these fancy creamers they like or whatever, right? They appreciate that. It costs you a couple of bucks. They appreciate that, but they're showing up for work. They're showing up for work because they're coming to get a bagel. They're coming to get a coffee. And they're coming to clean 3 to 4 houses a day for you so you don't have to. It's the least you can do. So little things like that will build company culture. Okay? Tell them you appreciate them, right? They are the eyes and ears of your company. You want them to tell you what's going on. I'm going to give you a real life example. A real life example is we had a new person train and she seemed to come into work a little off, and I was like, it's kind of interesting. So I sent her out with one of my fantastic team leaders and my support. I sent them out with 2 of them. They messaged me about 11 o'clock, 11:30, and they're like, hey, we think something's wrong with this girl. We think this girl may be taking some drugs, right? This is a real story, right? I tell you this because I know this stuff happens in your businesses too. It happens in mine too. And so we're having a conversation about that tomorrow when we get back to work, right? We may have someone that may be on some substance, whether it's Adderall, we don't even know yet. But she's obviously not going to make it. She's not going to last long. I've seen that before, here and there, not that much. I don't know. Maybe out of 50 employees, I've maybe seen it twice, right? But when you see it, you know what it is. So you want to have a relationship with your staff so they can tell you this stuff because I'm not in the field anymore, right? Super important. So if they feel that they can communicate with you, they will tell you, and they are your eyes and ears out in the fields. Does this make sense, everyone? Makes sense. All right, we got some answers here. Andrea, they didn't want to do the job as trained. Okay, that's why you lose your employees. It was a contract job, so 1099. So she didn't get paid the full amount, but was given the chance to get full pay if she went back and fixed it. I see. And she didn't like that. Right, exactly. I see. Okay, that's interesting. 1099 is different than W-2. W-2 they have to go. They go back. Kelly Jenkins. My team loves Red Bulls and on long days on deep cleaning. So you buy the Red Bulls. You Red Bull pusher. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, your compensation and your benefits strategy. This is a real world approach. Your base pay is going to start anywhere from $15 to $18 depending on your local market, your state, all that stuff. It's going to be different, okay? You want to give them a 50-cent raise after the first 3 months if they give you consistent performance. No more than that. I see ladies that are just giving them like $2 and stuff. You can't give them too much because number one, they don't have anything to work for, and number two, you're going to hit a ceiling, and then they're going to expect that they're going to get paid $26 an hour, and that's not the case. This industry doesn't support that unless they're a 1099 where you're not paying taxes. Just let you know. Performance bonuses. Some of you do it, some of you don't. $50 bonus for perfect attendance each quarter. $100 bonus for exceptional customer feedback, something like that. Different things like that. Additional perks could be, all right, provide company shirts, ladies. Don't make them pay for your shirts. Give them two. I give them all my shirts. They don't abuse it. We have shirts now that are bleach resistant, so I don't have to give as many shirts, which is nice. It's like a dry fit. If any of you are looking for shirts, we use dry fits, and we get them on Amazon, and they're bleach resistant and they last longer. So keep that in mind. They'll save you some money. I don't make them pay for shirts. We give them paid training days. They earn, not, well, obviously we pay them for training, but we give them paid days off. They earn it as they go. So the longer they've been with the company, they earn paid days off. After a year with us, they earn paid holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving. This is a real company. You want to hit $1 million, you got to do things that $1 million companies do, right? You got to keep everyone happy. What would happen if your entire staff walked out on you? You have to clean all those houses yourself. You kidding me? You're either going to quit or you're going to burn yourself out, right? Keep them happy. Give them shirts. Give them a couple of paid days off, right? Small gift cards for exceptional work, different things like that. I give bottles of wine here and there, whatever. Makes them feel good. Okay, you want to communicate with them well. You want to have a great onboarding packet. What should that include? It should include detailed job expectations. It should include a standard checklist for cleaning. What's included in your basic or your essential. We all kind of call it a different, something different, but it's the same. A copy of your company's values and mission. A clear disciplinary and performance review process, what that looks like. I have other things like I have trainings on clutter. I have trainings on customer service. I have trainings on reporting breakage. They don't know. If they break something, they could be horrified and they don't want to tell you. You have to set the expectation and tell them if you break something, you must tell your team leader. You have to give that to them, right? Your SOPs, which stands for your standard operating procedures. Okay, how to clean different surfaces, how to clean marble, how to clean soapstone, how to clean corian, how to clean granite, all different things they don't know. Why not to use green sponges on stainless steel? If you know what that means, it's happened to you. Different things like that. Some people don't know. If you hire people that don't have cleaning experience, they're not going to know to not use a green sponge on a stainless steel refrigerator, right? You scratch the refrigerator and that client fires you, right? That's how you learn, unfortunately. Things like that. safety for your equipment, how to use a backpack vacuum if you're using them, why not to spray dust, an end dust product or a pledge on a TV screen or a computer screen. That's happened in my company. It'll happen in yours. Um, Eventually, if you don't tell them not to do that, different things like that. So, your respect and your recognition programs. Do you have a recognition program? Do you have a cleaner of the month? Do you have a special parking spot? Do they get a bonus? Do they get, you could send them like a little, if you have an Apple phone, you could send them like a little Facebook, like, thank you for doing an amazing job this week. We really appreciate you. That stuff, even though you think it sounds corny, that stuff will go a long way. Most of us have all women working. Some have guys, and that's fine. But the majority of us, I'd say 75% of us, have females working for us. Women love that stuff. We love that stuff. We want to be told that we're doing a good job, right? What like personal touch could be handwritten notes, could be work anniversaries, celebrations. I am very vocal with that stuff. I post, posts about my staff all the time on social media. I run my social media. The size of my company, and I'm just gonna say this real quick, size of my company, I still do all my social media. Why? Because organic works better than hiring somebody else. 100%. We don't pay for ads. We don't pay for Google leads. I don't pay for anything. And I get people knocking down our door trying to get on our schedule, right? Organic is best. If you don't master organic, don't throw money at Facebook ads. Don't do it. You have to master your organic game first. Trust me. I teach that in the Drop Them Up. And Kelly can tell you all about that because Kelly is mastering that down in Houston, Texas with Daisy Fresh Cleaning. She's going to be a force to be reckoned with. So, okay, your implementation strategy. So, where do you start? Start with one or two of these, right? Give yourself some grace, give yourself a break. Get feedback from your team continuously. Be consistent, be genuine. And honestly, this is going to be a learning curve for you. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time, but you're going to notice if you implement some of these strategies, and you can watch this training on replay if you need to review it. If you implement some of these strategies, it's going to work. Trust me, it's going to work because it worked with me, and it works with the hundreds of people that I coach on a weekly business. It just takes time. Nothing good's going to come easy. You have to do the boring, mundane, consistent activities over and over and over for you to get results down the road. It's like being on a diet. The first couple weeks when you start a diet, it sucks because you're like, oh my God, I'm so fat, or this isn't working, I feel terrible. But then over a few weeks, you lose a pound, you lose 2 pounds, and it keeps going. It's like that, right? It's kind of like that. The most successful cleaning companies treat their employees like skilled professionals, not just temporary workers, okay? Your attitude and your investment in them is going to determine your business's long term success, all right? I'm going to check in. Maybe got Rosie, who is Alba Rosa from Dallas, Texas. I lost my last employee because I told her that she couldn't drive to the jobs anymore. She had to come to meet one location. Interesting. I wonder why she didn't like that. Um, I fired my last one for not showing up on the first week of training. Yeah. Yeah, you have to, there has to be rules in place. You don't want everyone going to all the job and stuff like. I'm a massive fan of having an office, and you can't have an office till you're at a certain point. I realized that I worked out of my garage myself in the beginning. Totally. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was helpful to you. Um, if this resonated with you and you feel like you don't know how to fix your hiring problem, we should have a chat. Some of my rock stars that have been Sisters Elite, like Leah, Leah and I started working together. She now just brought in an additional 110,000 a year in her revenue. Gloria Paul from North Carolina, 96,000. Victoria from my state, Massachusetts, brought in an additional 160,000 a year. From just streamlining some things, letting go of some bad habits, learning how to implement some systems, and doing things that actually work. These are real numbers, ladies, and aren't made up. I could give you their information, and they would tell you the same thing. So I don't bullshit anyone. Massachusetts girl. But anyways, does anyone have any questions about anything before I let you go? And they were all in the Drop the Mop, by the way. They were all in the Drop the Mop program. And so what? So why were they so successful, or why are they so successful? I should say, because they showed up to class every week. They did the homework. They asked questions, and they did the hard shit. That's what they did, right? That's what they did. They all had employee issues before enrolling in the Drop Them Off and Scale Accelerator, which is going to have an open enrollment the end of January. So if anyone is interested in getting on the wait list for that, let me know. I have two people on the wait list now. Tanya Sousa from Liverpool, England, which is exciting because I've never worked with anyone from England, so that's super cool. And Lorinda Beck from Texas. So originally from Ohio, but now in Texas. She's a badass. She's spunky down there in Texas. So if you think you have what it takes to grow a successful cleaning company, what are you waiting for? Stop watching everyone else do it, right? The investment with me is so worth it compared to what you stand to gain. I can't say that enough. You can ask anyone that's gone through the program. I'm an open book. You can talk to anyone you want in the program. And I say this going into 2025, the only one standing in the way of your success is you, not anyone else, right? It's you. Your life, you make the decisions, you call the shots, right? You call the shots. Any questions? Let me see. No questions, ladies. I hope you all had a nice New Year's. It's 2025. Who is ready to kick some freaking ass this year? I am. I'm ready to kick some ass. And I'm ready to tell all of you about some amazing ladies and people that are going to come on the podcast. I think it's going to be January 22nd. If it's not the 22nd, it's going to be the 29th. One of the two. That's going to be, the podcast is going to be in a live, although the technology, just so you know, Facebook technology is not allowing me to stream into Facebook. So what I'm going to have to do is give you a link, take you out of Facebook, take you to my YouTube page, and you'll be able to access the live stream of the podcast. And then eventually copy the podcast will be on Spotify, but that's another step. Why am I doing this? Because people have asked me. People like to hear about other people's stories, right? About what they go through, their challenges, their trials, tribulations, how they feel when they wake up in the morning and don't want to entrepreneur it, right? They don't feel like going to friggin' work and being a boss. So I'm gonna tell stories. It's not going to be a podcast with cleaning trainings and implementing this and service agreements and all that stuff. That's for the Drop the Mop. This is just going to be real fireside chats with real maids, cleaning business owners who made it in the industry or who are making it in the industry present tense. And we're going to hear from them. And the first person we're going to hear from is Kelly Jenkins from Houston, Texas. Daisy Fresh Cleaning, because she's a badass. She's one of the badasses. All right, ladies. I hope you had a great holiday. Let me just look through these comments. Tracy, how are you, Tracy? Um, Kelly Jenkins, so sweet. You did the work, Kelly. You showed up. That's what you're gonna do. Okay, Tracy, where can we find more information about Drop Them Off? I will message you. What I do, just so all of you know, I don't have anything listed on a website, right? Because I feel it feels impersonal. Though I am doing a website this year, but I set up a Zoom call. I set up a personal one-on-one Zoom call. Lasts for about 40 minutes. And then I ask you a bunch of questions about yourself, your business, what your goals are, and then we see if the program is a fit. Some people are a fit, some people aren't a fit, and that's totally okay. Everyone's at different places in their businesses. I always just tell everyone, I've had people start drop them up. So Kelly, for example, started drop them up in skill when she was at the beginning of her cleaning business, which is really the best way to do it because you haven't developed bad habits, you're not overwhelmed, you don't feel like quitting because you don't know any better. She had had different coaches in her life, athletic coaches. She was an athlete, did an Ironman competition. She's a badass. When you guys see the interview, you'll know. And so that's she came from the belief that hiring a coach to teach her something that she didn't know how to do was going to work because she had that belief with her Ironman coaches she had. She started from the beginning. Started in Austin, Texas. Her and her husband had to move due to a job change. Restarted in Houston, Texas. Like that was crazy, which where she is now. But so she's a prime example of someone who started um, really early on, and that was a great experience. Gloria, for example, has been in the industry for 13, I want to say 13 years. Gloria Paul from North Carolina, from Statesville, North Carolina. She had started, but she was at the point where she had a bunch of employees, but she felt like quitting and going to get another job. So we worked together. We fixed a bunch of things, mindset, all kinds of stuff, and then we were able to make some shifts. She continued. She grew her, income like we're crazy. I think she's up to like 28,000 a month now, which is awesome. It was at 15 a month when we started, so that was cool. But so those two ladies were at two different sides of the spectrum. It all depends what you need. And that's why I do the Zoom call. So I hope that helps. So I've had people that are brand new, and I've had people that have been in the industry, for 10 plus years. It all depends what you need. And that's why I ask, all the questions. So, Tracy, hope that answered your question. I will message you about that. All right, ladies, have an amazing, amazing, amazing Wednesday. Glad you all jumped on. If you're watching this on replay, you can ask me questions. I do check it as well. All right. I will see you all next week, and I will see some of you tomorrow night in the Drop Them Up Scale class tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Have an amazing evening. See you soon.